Welcome to my pin board. This was a pin board my daughter made me because my pins were getting out of hand. I keep on collecting, and I got into the collecting, I got bit by the collecting bug about 2 years ago. We live in Florida, and we had an annual pass to visit the parks, so it started me pin collecting. We were at Disney Springs, and I've started, my collection, and it's still growing. I have more books, but I want to focus today on the decal pins because this was the first set of pins that I started collecting. I thought they were cute. They're just about in every cast lanyard that you run into. They might have one or two of these pins, and you start collecting, like say maybe you get the baby, then you want the rest of the family, and then you start getting an animal, and then you want the rest of the animals. I'm letting you know that it was fun. I had a good time doing this, but when I became more serious about it, I realized some of the pins, and they're not in here, did not look the same. I would start collecting, and I put them side by side, and some of the decal pins, which I don't have one to show you, but this is an example of a decal pin. This is not a decal, this is Mickey, but some of the decal pins, see how that the paint dips and it looks very shiny? That is a fake pin. It's not real. And that's what I was finding with the decal pins. Some of the paint was dipping, it was really shiny like his Mickey ears, but that was not an authentic pin, it's a fake. So, in my quest for finding the pig, because when I was at downtown Disney, they said the pig is very rare, so if you run across it, to grab it. So, I didn't find any pigs there, but I started looking on eBay when I got back home, and I did find some. They were expensive, but I was like, there was one that was listed with the family that I thought, well, okay, it was listed with the family for $100, so I bought it, not realizing that I bought fakes. And the pig, although is a very good replica, which is here, it's very, very good as far as the front. The paint is good, it looks really nice, good condition, or great condition, I should say. However, that's why I want to warn people, because even Pinpicks has said that the pig, is one of the other ones have fakes, but the pig doesn't. And it's, when that was, posted online, it was probably several years ago, but now fakes of the pig are becoming apparent. And if you are starting to be a collector and you are spending money, which you want to get the authentic ones. It's fun, like I said, to trade, but it gets to a point, I want the real ones. I'm spending a lot of money on finding the real one, and it's disappointing to get a fake. So I'm going to pause this while I take out both these pigs and show them to you. Okay, I took the two pig pins out, and if you can tell, I don't know if you can tell which one is real and which one is fake by just looking at these, and I'll tell you in a second. Okay, if you pick this one as being the fake, you're right. This one is the real authentic one, and I'm going to show you why. If you take a look, this one is a little bit larger. So when they threw out the mold or the cast that made this one, somebody must have had, the manufacturer, whoever, in China, because that's when they're made, make it a little bit bigger, and you really don't notice it when you first start collecting. Until you have a real one, you don't know that that one is a fake one. So I'm going to get you familiar with the real one. Okay, I had to pause it to try to focus better. But this is an authentic one, and I'm going to show you why it's authentic. First of all, Um, See the writing, it's 5 of 5, which the pig is 5 of 5. In here, notice the nice Disney ears, and let's see, I want to let you know that the two knobs on the side, they do leave a little indentation. I don't know if you got that, but if you press on it, like pokes your finger a little bit, that's an indication that it's a real pin. Also, the stub of where the actual pin is coming out, that little round stub it's at an angle, it's coming up like a volcano. That's indication of a real pin. Also, authentic, and the edges are nice and smooth on all sides, so that's a really good indication. Now I'm gonna, hopefully this refocuses. Now I'm going to show you the other pin. Now this other pin, I'll put this side by side. Okay. There you go, it starts focusing again. Okay. It's a little bigger, as you can see. The pin ears in here, they're funny shaped. Look at those. They're not smooth in the center. They just have the backing or texture of the outside of the base of the pin. And it does still say 5 of 5, Disney, copyrighted Disney China, but look at the stubs right next to the pull. They still leave you pokey in your, in your finger, but they look funny. They're not, it looks like they were just added on the side there, like, and then the base of the stub on the fake one, which is this one, you see that it's going into that line. And Disney doesn't do that. Their pins are looked over pretty meticulously to make sure that you are getting a very good high quality pin. So that is the difference. And I'd say the Mickey ears definitely give it away on the back. But so if you're buying anything from eBay or any of the other websites, make sure you get a picture of the pin back, because from the looks of this in first, I wouldn't know. They have really good, the same kind of quality paint. It's flat, and I did not know that the fake one was a little bit larger than the real authentic one. So I'm going to take you over to determine on these ones, give you some examples of fakes. And let's start with the baby. Okay, baby is a cute one to collect. And let me just put it here. Okay, the baby. See, that looks really good. I mean, you've got the prongs at the side, the pin is going up, and then the center, the base. The giveaway on this one, it says 1 of 5. The baby is not 1 of 5. It's actually 5 of 5 of the set with the family. So you've got to know your numbers. And this is something that even pin picks, they'll give you a picture of the front of the pin, but they don't give you a picture of the back. So this was probably scrapped. It probably was real, and that's one of the reasons I don't mind. I'd rather have a scrapper than a fake, because at least the scrapper means it was originally made for Disney. However, there was a defect in it. So it was scrapped for that reason. Excuse me. So the dog. Let's see this one. The dog. Okay, I could tell right away from the dog, the edges along here. I don't know if you could tell. They're overextended, and they're just a little bit jagged, a little bit rough. Okay, on this side too. There's like things poking out. It wasn't like grinded down or whatever they do in the factory to make it smooth on the edge. Okay, and that one says, look, it's got the nice pokes. It says 3 of 5. And actually, if you know the set, it's supposed to be 2 of 5. So again, it was stamped wrong. So probably a scrapper. And here's the bird. And looks good. Or let's go to the back. Again, this is really a reason why it would be scrapped, but it was original until it was scrapped because I believe of this little part in the side. You know, they couldn't sell it like that. So this would have been a nice pin, but it ended up in the scrap pile. Now this is the father. Okay, again, there's an edge jagged on this a little bit. I mean, it's still smooth, but it's jutting out on the side. And then you turn it over. I got this at Epcot from a lanyard from a cast member. And it says number 3 of 5, and actually the father is number 2 of 5. So although it appears, you know, it possibly was stamped wrong and it curves. So that would have been a pin that ends up in the scrap pile. Okay, here's another pin. This is the daughter, and I'm going to show you. It looks nice. However, when you go to pinpicks.com, just keep an eye on her hat. I'm going to go to mine that's in the book here. There she is. Look at her hat. It has like a little M or a crown. It's considered on top of her head. So that's the way the pin is supposed to look. Another thing about this pin. Let's turn it over and look at the back. Okay. The nubs are really tiny. Kind of like they were just, you know, added later, soldered on, I don't know. But they're not like the nubs that are on original authentic. Now also, if you look from here on this side to this side, it's not fully centered, the writing or the box there. So that is some reason why you would consider this a fake. It's, you know, fakes are really usually poor quality. They just sometimes stamp them crooked on the back. This one's stamped not even in the center. So that's another reason why this pin would be fake. Okay, I've got the authentic pig sitting next to an authentic bird. And as you can see, they're the same size. So I do have some bigger sizes birds. So I believe that there is a set of larger ones going around that are not, like I said, like this pig. They're not authentic. So I'm going to show you the bird a minute. Okay, this bird, and there are, as the animals and the princess, I just want to let you know, they can have different backs in 2009. In 2008, like I said, this one was made for that special event, but they do have another pig that was made, just like this one, but stamped differently on the back. I've seen it. So it was, I believe, a mystery pin set of the decal animals, or they sold two at the same time, or maybe one and you bought it and you find out what one you got. But again, the animals are the smaller size, and I want to show you this pin back. This pin back is a little different. Actually, I like it because I like the pin trading. It looks like it's layered. You can read it better. You can read it, you know, in my opinion, better than the other backings of the other pins, like, you know, this one. You actually need a magnifying glass to see, you know, official pin trading 2008 on, you know, some of these pins. But so that is what you may encounter. It's still authentic. Be looking for the nubs on the side, the raised volcano holding the pin part, and, you know, the number. The number of the sequence is very important. That's number 4 of 5, and that's correct. And the same thing you're going to find with the princess. The princess was an extra pin, not exactly part of the Decal family. Well, I mean, I put her with her. Everybody, I think, collects her. And again, the pin back is going to be a little different. And that is the pin back, and that's authentic too. I just want to mention too, this is the fake one. I just want to mention too that another pin that I've seen on eBay that's a really bad fake is the pig without one of their lines. So it would be missing one of the lines in the leg. That's a red flag for you. If you see that on eBay, I actually see one listed now, and I'm, just kind of sad because somebody's going to be buying something that is not authentic, and they don't know. I just want to mention that the pig pin was is considered rare because it was only made and distributed at a special event September 2008 at Epcot Center. It was a special PTU event. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but that is the reason why it's considered rare. The Decal family and the the other animals, I found them all also to be produced in 2008. As the backings have displayed, you might need a magnifying glass to determine the year, but those were made in 2008, and they continued with the animals in 2009, although the backings were different. So for the animals, including the pin in 2009, the backings were different, like I had showed you in the on the princess and the bird pin. And then that was they haven't been produced since, except for being fake. So I hope I made you more aware, so you're not so you can be educated when you're also looking for your pins, and you can distinguish the authentic from the fake.